Sometimes when you try to sing, you're terribly out of tune. Sometimes when you color a painting, you color all outside of the lines. And sometimes when you watch a TV show, you end up super confused by the season finale because they did some shit that made no sense. But it's okay, because when you go to HeShirtSheShirt.com, you won't sometimes find amazing shirts. You will always find amazing shirts. And sometimes frilly underwear too, because why not? But let's focus on the shirts. Stop into HeShirtSheShirt.com and use the code JSGcast to save 10% and adorn yourself with amazing shirts. And panties. Shit, I said it again. And now, enjoy this episode of Just Some Guardians.
It says you. It literally says just some
I have a
gamers.
very
You read it
question
wrong.
About this ad, okay? I have a very important question about this ad.
Yeah, go ahead, and then I'll make fun of
When
Russ.
you say frilly panties, are they like granny panties?
Well, no, it's like the, you ever get the panties that have like the little ruffles all down them?
Yes.
Like,
Okay. I'm just
especially
making sure
like
they
the
didn't
butt.
come up to like under my chest like my grandma has, okay?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty cheap, so I just go to my grandma's house and get doilies off her table and just tape them together, and I'll just wear those.
Oh, this is why Fudd has 2 kids.
Yeah. It's hard to keep that.
That's what he uses for condoms too.
Yeah. Those.
Yep, and that's why he has 2 kids.
It's kind of like, when you play with the Play-Doh and you got the set and you shove it through and it makes all the different shapes. Super cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do have those frilly undies actually. My wife got to see them earlier today.
How'd she like them?
Well, I didn't get any sex, so that should tell you something.
So she just took pictures because she really liked it.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, she was like, nah.
Yeah.
She's like, get the fuck out.
Nah.
Never do that
Exit
again.
Stage right.
Yeah.
No,
Anyway.
it's like the camera with the hook just comes out from behind him and just yanks him by his throat out of the screen.
No, I miss that old thing. The cane trope.
Why is the camera out of focus, Fudd?
I don't know.
You're kind of blurry, and I'm stone cold fucking sober.
It's not actually blurry. He's just blurry.
I'm just blurry. Yeah, this is just
like,
my state of being.
You're like, it's because he's so beautiful. Your eyes cannot actually perceive.
They can't handle it. Yeah,
how beautiful he is.
It's pretty bad. Like, so when I deliver mail, they put me in a full hazmat suit so people don't look at me. It's dangerous for drivers, people walking their dogs. There's a lot of married women on my route. That'd be terrible. You know what I mean? So yeah,
God.
full hazmat
He's
suit.
the stereotypical 50s mailman. Like, all the kids on his route are actually
Bacon's
his.
in chat just now.
You turned into greatness, Bacons. That's what you tuned into. Anyway, Russ,
so
continue.
You turned into a bunch of just random fuckery because I'm here.
True.
But yeah, shall we get into this?
1950s mailman Elmer Fudd. I like that, Russ.
I think you could pull it off.
I think I could. I mean, the uniform hasn't really changed at all, so.
I mean, more like a homeless man from the 1950s.
That's true, yeah. I could be...
The hobo.
Honestly, I think I could pull off being
job.
homeless in literally any point of history. I think I could really do that.
I think you... No, I mean, the medieval, they'd probably take you for a night. I mean, the big beard, they'd be like, oh, man, that guy.
So are
That's
we talking
true.
like the mailman that has like 50 kids that are illegitimate, or is that the milkman?
I think they're legitimate. They're real people. They're definitely legitimate. They're not
Marriage,
fake.
you dipshit. No, you're illegitimate. You're not real. Goodbye.
That's why I'm blurry.
Gaslight a child. Let's just gaslight all these children.
Oh, great. Now I'm the bad guy.
That was initially the point, wasn't it? To gaslight the kids. Hey, by the way, you're a bastard. You don't matter.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's what I tell even kids that aren't mine. I'll lean in and tell them that, hey, just so you know, you're a bastard.
I love the Bill Cosby joke, even though, his issues. But he's talking about his wife giving birth, and he goes, and then my wife told the entire room that my mother had never married my father. Because she called him a bastard. You bastard.
You bastard.
Oh, man.
I love it.
So good. But yeah, no, I do tell the children that they suck on my route, though. It's nice. There was a group of kids playing basketball the other day, and they're like, hey, mailman, you want to jump in on this? And I was like, you kids got tissues? And they're like, no. I'm like, you guys can't handle what I'd bring. You're not prepped for the tears that would flow. And I was like, go ahead.
I really I was
ahead, throw a
worried you
hoop.
were going to go in another direction.
No,
and I
Russ,
was
that's
like,
for you.
Their kid.
Like,
That's for you,
I
Russell.
think that's illegal, but that's
And
cool.
you guys are disgusting. Okay, I am a pure man of God. Okay,
Bullshit.
how
I'm sorry, my
dareth
allergies.
thee
Sorry,
think that
my allergies
I would desecrate my mind with such frivolous grossness?
Depravity? Is that the word you're looking for?
No. They weren't
Okay.
crazy.
He's actually looking for an effervescent Russell.
I am. Yeah, but yeah. So the kids threw a hoop, and basically I told them to give up on their dreams because that sucked. And then I kept delivering mail. It was good.
Sounds like my mother.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I actually
deep
call her all the
already.
time. I'm like, hey, can you give me some advice on how to deliver mail better? Your mom is just like, who knew? She was so good at, delivering mail.
It sounds like my mother. Oh my god.
Pause. Couple beats. Pause. Double pause.
She is actually the 50s mailman because she slept with everybody on that.
Yeah.
I mean, Gigi said she was a 10-cent whore the last time. I'm just saying.
That is true. That is a valid
let's
point.
Just say my mother was fast and losing high school, all right? And she grew up assuming I would be the same. No, I called her on it as a teenager. I'm not going to lie, because I had a boyfriend and she was like assuming that I would be sleeping with all these people. I said, Mom, just because you were a hoe in high school doesn't mean I'm going to be.
You should have sang this song. Who da ho?
You know.
Pretty much. And I mean, I totally got grounded for 2 weeks for saying that, but hey. I made
Worth
my
it.
point.
Hashtag worth.
Totally fucking worth it.
So, 15 minutes in. Hey, everyone. Welcome here to episode 113 of Just Some Gamers. Russell, that's
Hey.
gamers in the ad read. It literally said gamers.
Did
and
it
you
really?
still
Oh
said
my
Guardians.
It did. It did say just some gamers. Yeah. Hey, I've been saying just some Guardians for 112 episodes. Right?
111 episodes to correct you once again.
And I probably missed a good 30 or 40 of those. So I've been saying it for 70 episodes probably.
No, you've been.
More accurately.
You've probably only really missed maybe 10 at most.
Okay, that makes me feel better. I do try to be there.
Yeah.
Because that is my only job.
Well, I really wish when you were here, you were actually here. It feels like, sometimes.
Well, that one time I was there behind you.
That's true. And no, that was
And nobody can listen to that episode. 'cause
best
the audio
episode
was
we ever
trash.
recorded. No one will ever know. No
It
one will
was
ever
so
know.
funny.
It was the
so
best. But I was so excited. And, it happens. It's okay. When you got to do everything, sometimes you mess up on certain things.
Although I still think the audio was probably better than our early episodes. that
Oh,
were recorded
absolutely,
on the
yeah.
PlayStation.
Just some guy.
What?
I remember
Like he's gargling some marbles or some shit.
Well, that's actually how we thought people recorded it. So we were actually listening to old radio shows, and it was just a bunch of
Okay.
mobsters. I'm going to give an offer. And I was like, maybe this is just how podcasts are done, And so we did further research, and then we started watching documentaries, where someone, witness protection, and so they muffled their voice all crazy. I'm like, this is just how you're supposed to sound on the air. So that's
Yeah.
how we did it.
I mean,
So-
sound strategy.
I actually had a tin can over the microphone attached to a string, and I was like 10 feet away.
The
Talking
string
into
actually
a
went
tin
under
can.
the door. Yeah. He was in the
Right,
bathroom pooping
yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
We're so dumb. Hey everyone, it's me, ELMMERFUDD. I'll be your host here tonight. Joining me here is the effervescent Russell.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, stud
The
muffin.
venerable Elmer Fudd. How are you?
I'm good, dude. I am. It's busy, my dude. How are you been?
I can't believe that you are still that busy.
There's
is
just not enough people,
insanity.
man. Everyone retired this last year, and then we're just not. There's that worker shortage
didn't
all
you
over the
retire?
country.
I
Well,
mean, you're 60 years old, right? You've been working in the post office for 40 years.
yeah. I look awful for my age, right, guys? I'm actually an 87-year-old woman.
Okay, so
Which makes
Funnily
that
enough.
beard 10 times more impressive.
it
Yeah.
does.
Thanks.
So I was actually watching this show on Netflix called Worst Roommates Ever last night, right? And it's about these people who
Oh, my ex-husband.
get murdered by their roommates.
Not your ex-husband, sadly.
So not your ex-husband, but probably pretty close.
I was about to say he probably wanted to at some point to that divorce. but it's okay.
Borderline.
So like there was this one where there was this 50-year-old lady who had been a madam and a prostitute and a con artist, and she pretended like she did her hair and makeup and everything to make herself look like she was in her 80s. Because they said, oh, by the way, she's in her 50s. I was like, because she looked like she was in her 80s. White hair, kind of that poofy, look with the
like
big
the little
glasses
beehive nets
and
going
the
on.
blue,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
she kind of walked around like this, very intentionally, because she was murdering people for their Social Security checks. So she was having people live with her, pretending to be a caregiver, and then she would just kill them.
So serial killer Robin Williams, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah, you just hear some old guy, man, I wish I wasn't here anymore. Help is on the way. And he's just,
She actually, she
jumping over
poisoned
tables.
people. Like she would just poison everybody. Just poisoned them. Because she would be like, oh, I'm a sweet little old grandma here.
Mrs. Gunfire. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, hello. That's got to have a Russian accent at that point.
Also, I let Lindsay wax my chest today.
Well, not your butthole?
Not yet.
Okay.
I had to take a break.
I think she needs to get drunk for that one.
No, she loves it.
Oh, yeah.
She will wake him up at 3 in the morning and like, hey, is it time?
She loves causing me pain and having a valid reason to do so.
So she's a typical wife.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
valid.
So she was waxing my chest, and it's like this blue goop. So you paint this blue goop on, and then it hardens, and it's kind of like a rubbery plastic, and you...
And then you...
I bled.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did it hurt?
Actually, it didn't... It wasn't... So it wasn't so much that it hurt. Like, if it had been, like, one thing, sure, fine. But she had done, like, all these patches. So she did, like, a patch over here, a patch here, and then, like, a patch here. And it's like she had kind of, like, painted it on. And right in here, so sensitive. Like, she pulled it off, and it's, like, bleeding. And I'm like, oh, I think I need a break before we continue with the rest
of
it.
Did you rip my heart out with the fucking wax? Like, damn.
But it's just like patches, so it's like a patch here, and a patch here.
Is she chanting Kali Ma while she waxes your chest, or what?
She went, Kali Ma,
Kali Ma.
Kali!
Oh my God, that's amazing. Joining us here tonight, folks, we have a guest. Folks, it's GGLeafOnTheWind, otherwise known as Gigi. How are you, my dear?
We got to French it up.
We got
I'm not much of an asshole.
Indeed, yes. You are the baguette of our friend group.
Chat, Jeej.
Jeej, yeah, I like Jeej too. Yeah.
Jeej.
How you doing, girl?
I am. Oh my God! Like this week has been so horrible. I had insomnia most of the week, so it's like I couldn't sleep. So like after work, I was like, I can take a couple-hour nap a little later tonight before the podcast, and my body was like, no bitch, you sleeping right now. And wake up 4 hours later, I'm like, what year is it? But no, it's been good. Just been busy as hell with work. Playing some Destiny with the new season and everything. Playing some other games.
What's Destiny?
What's Destiny? I mean, it's just this little first-person shooter game. It's nothing too important, nothing too bad.
It's that's like an indie developer, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Very small.
Yeah.
Teeny tiny. Like, there's only like 2 people that can play this game at once because the server sucks so bad, which I mean is actually true. But
do you think, is there a future for this little indie company maybe be bought out by someone, do you think?
Not at all. Not at all. Sony would never be interested.
Yeah.
Never.
Weird. Huh. Interesting.
No, I've been good. Just busy dealing with life.
Yeah.
No jet lag this week, right?
No jet lag this week.
Rough.
That's coming up in April. April.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah. Those.
That was about a month ago, and it's
gotcha.
in about another month.
Those jet lag withdrawals are intense.
I mean, I know.
Sometimes you just got to grin and bear it.
Well, I mean, it's what I do.
Wait, I thought your mom. No,
someone's got to do the hard work.
You know how it goes.
Now we know who's the top in this relationship.
We're still talking about airplanes, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm a pure, honest. Yeah, I don't know what possibly you guys could be alluding to.
Oh my god. But now
Interesting.
everything's going good. How are you guys?
I'm good. I mean, other than the fact that General Radon is a bitch. Starscourge Radon, as he's called in Elden Ring. But other than that, I'm great. Just great. I'm great, guys, okay? Said I was
He
great.
is the walking meme of the dog in the house
Yes.
on fire. It's fine.
This is fine. This is fine. Yeah.
Just so calm. Eyes like an owl's. It's fine.
I can't wait to introduce you to some of these bosses, Brett.
I'm
it's gonna
excited.
be,
Y'all, Drafty didn't get it.
It's
yeah.
well, hopefully not. If he could, like, he wouldn't need you anymore.
I know, right? Jesus Christ.
Russ just spelling it out. You got to be here for the live show, folks. Twitch.tv/ELMMERFUDD game.
It's past Drafty's bedtime, so I figure I really got to be more obvious. With
Oh,
him
yeah,
so
yeah.
that
He's not going to catch
know.
on to these things. Yeah.
Just in time.
Yeah, rough. It's rough out
Okay,
there.
now why is my camera out of focus? Like, fuck you.
I don't know.
There we go.
We're
I
gonna
fixed it.
pull through. We're gonna survive this. Okay.
We will. We will.
Russell, stop typing. It's so loud.
Russell froze.
He looks pissed where he froze. I
He
thought
looks pissed off.
I thought he
looks
was just
angry.
upset.
Am I back yet?
We're getting a
still
slideshow of
frozen?
different faces. There you go. You're back now. Yeah, no, it's exactly what was
I can't breathe
happening.
right now. That was beautiful.
So good. Y'all in the
Oh my
auto
God.
version, missing out.
This is why I wanted
This
to
is
be here.
fantastic. I'm glad I pre-gamed. Holy shit. Well, GG Leaf on the Wind. Let's
Yes.
get into this, okay? Off the top, right? If you don't understand
All
the
right.
name, listener, I feel sorry for you. But for those people who we do look down on and as lesser people, could you explain the origins of your name and how you came to be GG Leaf on the Wind?
Yeah, let's go
Okay.
through the entomology.
Yeah.
Let's go through the entomology.
Indeed.
Well, there is this little show and movie. Show is called Firefly. Movie's called Serenity.
Sounds peaceful.
And oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Not. It's the most peaceful thing ever because you start the series in a war scene. It's perfect. So peaceful because who doesn't want a good war scene?
Amen.
And so, one of the characters, his tagline is because he's a pilot and he's a really good pilot and can do things most other pilots can't with the ship and maneuverability of it. Says, "I'm a leaf on the wind. Watch me soar." And I was like, that is iconic. And so I was getting into gaming again a few years back, and I'm sitting there going, what should my name be? One good thing that came out of my marriage, my ex-husband looked at me and went, "You love Firefly. What's your favorite line from Firefly?" And I thought about it, and then and I put
GG
GG in
aim
front
to
of it.
misbehave.
Yes, I aim to misbehave. That is definitely me. And the GG came from, it doesn't mean good games. It means goofy gamer because I'm a big goofball. So there you go.
What?
GG Leaf on the Wind.
Huh.
And
More
where
you
did
know.
the tight as a tiger come from?
Toy.
That would be you, Russell. That would be you inappropriate bastard.
Toy is a tiger.
My mother was married to my father at the time. Thank you very much.
Hey, so was mine, but they just divorced before I was born.
Valid. I think Russell's light is too close to his camera. It's washing the picture. Well, I think
You know
it
what,
is.
Death? You know what, Death? Better? Better? Is this better?
I love.
Death.
You know
Make
what?
An entire
How's
episode
this?
Fucking with
Is this
Death.
better?
Okay, Baker.
Well, so you'd mentioned getting back
God damn it,
into
Drafty.
gaming. So how long had you been away? And then to caveat onto that question, like what brought you back into it?
Well, I stopped gaming because, I started when I was about 10, 11 years old. My dad had the original Xbox, and our two games that we would always play when it was his weekend was Return to Castle Wolfenstein. We would tag team and then race each other in Need for Speed, the original Need for Speed on Xbox.
Oh hell yeah!
And that's how we got into it. And that's how I got into gaming, because that was like my way of connecting with my dad, because my dad loves video games. Console only. He's a console pleb. He does not do technology, so him moving to computer will never happen. I
You
call him
hear
the
that,
dinosaur.
console players out there? Gigi thinks that's because you don't understand technology.
No, it's just because my father fucking hates
At
technology.
GGLeafOnTheWind on Twitter. Go ahead, everybody.
So basically, I kind of got out of it as life got real busy. First full-time job, which is literally the job I'm in now. I've been with the company 6 years. And so I got back into it when I started dating my ex-husband, because he loved Destiny 1. And so I asked, can you teach me Destiny 1? I want to get back into gaming. Can you teach me? And that's what got me into Destiny, which got me back into gaming. And then he also introduced me to Twitch, because he would watch Twitch. And then all of my friends at the time were like, you have the perfect personality for streaming. And so, literally, I hate it here. I hate you all.
No, I'm listening. So Destiny
here.
was what got you into gaming. It
got me back into it, yeah. And then eventually I moved to Twitch when some friends of mine, I found a lot of gaming friends via watching on Twitch and connecting with like other viewers of streamers and stuff. And then they said I had a really good personality for it. Then here we are.
100%.
And so yeah, here we are. It literally gives me an escape from the bullshit of real life. You can kind of get into another story and kind of just forget the bullshit for a while. And
absolutely, yeah.
It's kind of the same as me loving reading.
Yeah.
So it's a means of escape. Like you just get to.
I knew you were my kind of person.
Amen.
I love reading.
Well, yeah, so reading gives you that ability to. Russell, don't. I know where you're going to lead this to.
Fine.
I know what you're trying to do. No one cares.
Fine.
No one cares, Russell. No one cares. No one cares. No, Gigi, no. Trust me. Do not go down that path. It is a dangerous road. But it's true.
Jesus Christ, Reed.
It is wasted many an hour of my. No, I'm just kidding. But no. Like you were saying, reading lets your brain really, imagine how things are going, and then a game is kind of like. It's just there visual in front of you, and then you still make your own thing out of it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Absolutely. And then gaming, you got the visual right in front of you. You can just kind of get sucked into it and just enjoy the graphics of the game and the stories and all that. And just kind of gives your brain something else to do outside of life, pretty much.
Go ahead, Russell.
So, yeah.
I was just teasing.
Okay, so what do you like to read?
I like to read. I'm a female, so I'm gonna pull the female card. Paranormal romances. I have a favorite author. Her name is Sherilyn Kenyon. She actually lives in my hometown here in Tennessee.
Yes, I know Sherilyn Kenyon.
I love her. Now it's Sherilyn McQueen.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
she's
I didn't
divorced.
know that.
She's divorced. Husband tried to kill her too. That was fun.
Jesus.
Hence why she's divorced. But I love all of her books because she literally what?
Was she cheating on him with a ghost?
I mean, I wouldn't blame her if she did, considering...
Was he cheating on her with a ghost?
No, he was cheating on her with the boy's tutor that he then moved into the house.
Was his favorite movie Ghost?
Yeah.
I don't know, because that's a damn good movie. I love me some Patrick Swayze, okay?
Amen. I'd love to reenact that scene.
Yum. I miss that man. I miss that man.
Dude,
but
easily.
Basically, I love Sherilyn Kenyon. I love Stephen King, Dean Koontz, and I'm getting into more of the psychological thrillers outside of them too. Kind of dabbling in different authors. I don't have any in front of me because my bookshelf is all the way across my apartment. I actually have 2 bookshelves.
Yes.
I had to build another one. And so here soon I will be re-getting the Dark Tower series from Stephen King because I had it at one point. Have a feeling.
I could not. I made it through the first one. I made it through Gunslinger.
I made it to the 4th one.
Stephen King.
I'm dedicated at this point. I am invested.
Stephen King is just not. He's too detailed. It's like reading. I had the hardest time getting through Tolkien too, and it's like reading Tolkien all over again. And I'm like, dude, What I don't care if the sky
Yeah,
is
Tolkien
a
takes 3
satiny
pages
goodness
to describe
full
one
of
leaf on one
diamonds.
tree.
Yeah, but that
Well,
leaf,
so does Stephen King.
that
He
leaf is
really
on the
does,
wind
oh my
though.
God.
I'm like, dude, get on with it. This is supposed to be a suspense, and I'm bored.
Now, I have 2 of his books that I want to read that are like 1,600 pages each, and that is It, because I've seen the movies, I've never read the book.
Yeah.
And then The Stand.
Oh yeah.
I want to read The Stand. I've read most of it. I've read about halfway through. I have a hard time getting through his stuff. I'll probably need to listen to his books because that's how I got like through Dune. Dune I had a hard time getting through.
Yeah, I've had a rough
And,
time
like,
with Dune.
That
Yeah.
long is just like, dude, get to the fucking point.
Oh, see, I love long books. Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archives. I mean, give it to me all
when
day
it's
long.
long, simply because there's just too much fucking detail. There is such a thing as too much.
Oh yeah.
Long, give it to him
Yes,
all
I
day
do keep
long.
my drink above my head. It is on a shelf. above,
It's actually
so I can keep
Russell's
my
drink is
distance
hovering above him right now. Yeah, he's actually taken Elden Ring
His drink
souls
is his halo.
spells IRL. yeah.
His drink
Sorry,
is
I
his halo.
I didn't mean to interrupt. But yeah, I love reading. It's one of my favorite things, which is why Elmer was like, "Shut up, just shut up." I can talk about reading.
Just shut
It
up,
was
shut up.
something I hate on our show, right? You know, a show based on talking about things that we
So
love.
Russell,
It very much so. I
You're
don't
not
get started
wrong.
on that. But you know, I enjoy talking about things I enjoy. Like listening to guests talk about it is fantastic. But the second Russell starts showing any kind of joy, you know, in talking
Right?
about his interests,
We gotta shut that
it's like,
down.
fuck that
No
noise.
joy.
Get it
the
out of
words
here.
of Negan from Walking Dead, shut that shit down.
Down. Yeah. Oh God.
With
I do-
Lucille the Bat and everything.
I do love the story, like the Dark Tower. Like I love reading like the wiki on it to understand what the story is.
Yes.
I
yes.
just can't get through Stephen King's writing. Like
Yeah,
the idea
same.
of, you know, Arthurian legend with a gunslinger mixed with multi dimensions and the Red King. Like I just love that title. Like that's just freaking cool. Who lives in
It
this
is.
mysterious dark tower? It's a very very cool story. I just cannot get into his books. I've tried because everybody's like, "Oh, Stephen King is so great," and I'm like, I can't make it through his stories.
And I agree with Mitch. The movie was absolute bullshit.
I haven't
Oh,
even
but
watched
Idris
that
Elba.
yet.
I
Idris
love
Elba,
Idris
yeah.
Elba, like, oh my god, yummy.
Yeah.
But so like literal man crush. So it's like, how are you gonna take 8 fucking books and put it into an hour and a fucking half?
Yeah.
Like, that should have been a movie series itself, like Harry Potter. That should have been a series itself, and it should have been done a lot better than it was. Now, if you haven't read the books, the movie's entertaining. But if you've read the books, it's infuriating.
Then I will just watch the movie and not read the books. That sounds like a much better experience.
Also, I do not know, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, the best line is, I do not aim with my gun, I aim with my heart." That is so corny. I cannot.
What?
I love
What
corn.
was corny?
The I don't aim with my gun, I aim with my heart. When he
Well, that's
when
when I'm
Yeah, I know,
hunting.
Right? I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I aim with my eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, then you're doing it
it's
wrong.
just- it's-
Absolutely wrong. When I go hunting, I
mean,
literally my left
my
article like
targets from the gun range
ventricle
prove you wrong,
will
but
grab the rifle and like it's this whole it's crazy. I basically just sit like this, you know, rifle sticking out
and
of
it
my
just
chest.
does its own thing,
And
like
my-
right
it's-
at your chest heart level, and your heart just goes bam.
Boom! It's like
I thought it
Like
was
a
you
Good job,
aiming
deadly
with
Hart.
your
Cupid.
nipples.
no, my nipples they're too sensitive to fire a gun. They're too busy getting flicked by Lisa every
By
8
your
seconds.
wife, yes.
God, they bleed constantly out of nowhere. And then I'll look over and she's just looking at me. It's like they know. They know.
That was so funny yesterday when she kept coming in and flicking your nipple.
Oh my. Well, no, she wouldn't even flick it. She just kept coming in and holding her hand up because I would squeal and
And you're like,
recoil down, you know, and it's, you know, she gets great joy out of being abusive.
oh my god.
I
It's
need
true.
help.
Well, she used to abuse me in high school.
That's true.
and
Oh,
I
very
moved
much
away.
so.
That's
Yeah,
why
so
I
you're
moved
enjoying
away.
this immensely.
You're just like, thank God it's not me.
Messaging Lisa, no, Baker, Baker, no. She loves death. No matter what he messages her to do to me, She'll just do it. I'll be sitting there. She'll randomly come in and like sock me in the face. Hey, Death told me to do it. Or like we were having a beautiful movie night. She walks over, she spits in my eye, and then laughs and just walks off. I'm like, what the hell was that about? I look at Discord and there's Death laughing his ass off. I'm like, what the hell?
No, she spits in your eyes, so like, because she spit in your eyes, so can we expect a third little Fudd?
No, because this is I guess we're gonna. I mean, I don't know if I'm the right person to have this conversation for you, but babies
Vasectomy.
Don't come from the female spitting in the male's eye.
But when a mommy and a daddy love each other,
Right.
that's how it worked.
We just lay in
One
bed.
bodily fluid gets exchanged.
Yeah.
And then it's, 9 months
Thought
later.
they weren't exactly specific in 5th grade.
I almost,
If it's
Your
a boy,
wife.
Junior.
did you see what she wrote?
I only do it
I
for
only do it for
subs.
the subs.
She has grown.
I love you. I
Oh
love you,
my
wifey. I love
God.
you so much. But no, I only do it for subs. But I mean, hey, if it works, it works.
Well,
But,
I did have a really, an actually good. Oh God, Death just gifted a sub. Here it comes any moment. So I'm just going to crawl into my desk while I ask you these questions. So anyway, Gigi, I know you talked about recently getting back into Destiny. So I was just curious with the new update, like how is it?
What?
How is it?
Just finally reached me. Okay.
Is it good? Is it bad?
It's good. I love it. I love it. I'm liking the story. I love the new weapons crafting. I do like that aspect. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Question, just real quick. If you're hiding under your desk, doesn't that make it easier for her because you can't get out?
Leave. You're cornered. Literally,
That's true.
dude.
That's
Now
good.
here's the real
Keep
question.
the interview
Can
going.
he get up? Ma'am.
Just lock the door.
Yeah,
She
just
comes in
lock
with
the
an act.
door.
The next thing we
devil
know,
woman, no!
you're gonna see just shatters of
My show
door
now.
coming
You take
from the
over.
side of the
don't hurt
screen,
me. No!
and Lisa going,
Yes, there
"Here's
she is.
Johnny."
It's my show now.
It's wifey.
You go put Ethan to bed. It's my show now.
Wifey.
He makes
I'm
a good
outnumbered.
foot rest.
Footrest. Oh. We getting into like kink territory here now.
I thought that's what the spitting in the eye was. I thought it was a
That's what I
prelude.
thought too. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
so third foot.
This is how she comes in and lets him
and the
know I'm
lights
in
are
the
off?
mood.
Ooh,
I know, you
cute,
turned
cute
the
Barry
lights off.
Manilow.
What did you do to the lights?
The same thing you did to my nipple.
I didn't do nothing.
The lights are the you do.
You want me to
Done
put you
with
to
this shit.
bed?
Can I do it, Bubba? Okay.
I was just teasing.
So, Lisa, how have you been enjoying Destiny 2?
I like watching him do it. I've never been.
I like watching him do it too.
I know.
Bobby will be there in a minute.
I'll be there in a minute.
But no, I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Watch.
I like the story, the weapons crafting, and all the new stuff they're kind of bringing in. I do like that they finally changed it up because it kind of got repetitive in a way.
Sure.
So it needed a big change, and I think this is a step in the right direction.
So all I know is that there's a new story arc. But what are some of the new mechanics that they've introduced? I've seen some people talking about a glaive.
Yeah, it's a
And-
glaive. So it's like, think of it like a spear, like
Uh-huh.
a sword on the end of a spear.
Yeah.
And it can shoot as well as melee. And
So it's just like
infinite
my
melees.
glaive
Pretty much.
Okay.
And so,
or
and then
drafty
when you,
glaive.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. And so basically, and the cool thing is, like, when you actually start shooting your opponents, a shield comes up to protect you for a small amount of time.
Very cool.
So you can not take damage while they're shooting at you while you're trying to actively kill them. And you can actually level up weapons now. Certain weapons you can level up to get more perks. That way you can reshape it to change up the perks on it to what you want to do. So say you want to go into a certain interaction, like a story mission or like Crucible or PvP. You can change up the perks on it just for that interaction and go back and change it back for later.
That's really cool.
So it's
So
like individualization.
do the weapons level with you now?
Take
So
over Daddy's
like,
stuff.
I was a big fan of Origin
Like a
Story.
certain amount of kills levels the weapon up. So the more you
touch 'em.
use it and the more kills you get, the faster it levels. Like one of my guns is at level 20 already. And here we are a week and a half in.
So does it stay? Will it scale your light level? Because before
No,
you had
it
to switch
levels
out to
on its
increase
own.
your level. Okay, so it's a
So-
separate.
Those two are separate things. Like it drops at a certain light level.
Uh-huh.
And you can still what's the word?
Yes.
Drafty, what's the word?
Handle it.
Words, yes.
No. When you take one and put it into another to up the light level.
Combine.
Sex.
Funny. Yep, pretty much. Yep, you sex it up. You sex up your guns. No, infuse. So when you infuse another weapon, you can still infuse it to up the light level, but the actual leveling on the weapon is different. So it's separate.
Okay.
So it just unlocks those extra mods that you can interchange.
Very cool. Very cool.
At
And
the
is
crafting table.
this the same across, the main weapons, the
It's certain weapons right now. It's just certain weapons for the season. It's like seasonal weapons you can craft and shape and reshape and redo all the time. So I'm really liking that aspect, finding what works for me, what weapons I like, what I don't like, and that little boy is the cutest ever.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah. No.
He is like the best thing ever. He is the best thing ever.
Ethan and Izzy together are the cutest kids I've ever
real, though.
Maya,
known.
no. Daddy's gonna
Like
kill me.
they just feed off
So
of
they
each other.
obviously take after their mother because they're so cute.
Yeah, no, nothing of Brett in them.
No, he's so cute.
There's more of Brett in the cat than there is in
Kitty
Ethan and Izzy.
Oh, stop.
I don't know if I can say this word on stream, so I'm not going to. TOS.
There we go.
Pussy?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I mean, if we get banned, we get banned. I mean, whatever.
But I don't want to get you guys banned. This is a fun podcast. But no,
We've said so much worse on this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
So
making
much
sure. But yeah, so I'm having fun with it. But wifey, I love you. I love you.
I know he's got 3 different screens, so I don't know which one to look
It's
at.
like,
you
where
don't know
am I
which one to
looking?
look at.
I'm looking
What
up
am I
here
doing?
at us live, but then I can look over here, and it's like all set up, and then I'm actually looking at. It's weird.
Just don't click anything.
I know.
because-
I want the light back on, but I don't dare touch anything because knowing my luck, I'm gonna touch one thing and it's
You're gonna break it.
fuck it all up.
No, for real.
So-
Oh, no, I get it.
So I was playing Elden Ring earlier today, and I was looking up something, and so Lindsay grabbed the controller, and I'm like in the middle of a cave. It's pitch black, and she's on the edge of a cliff, and she's like doing this dodge backwards, and I'm like, please do not fall off this cliff. Please do not fall off this
Please tell me she
cliff.
fell off the cliff.
No, she didn't.
Damn.
She didn't. I was like, you're on the edge of a cliff, and she turned around. She goes, "Oh, I'm plenty far away from the cliff." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, you were dodging backwards. You scared me for a minute, because she would have fallen into a poison goo, and it would have been terrible." Anyway,
See, I know you guys are
So-
all talking, and I'm like, I would have died like in an instant.
well, and it would have been particularly bad because in Elden Ring, if you die, your stuff drops where you died, and I was
That's
already trying to get back
right.
to everything.
Oh.
So the story, right, for
Yeah, Jesse,
Destiny
I don't
2
trust
centers
you.
around the hive and
And Dad,
Yes.
I don't know when there's more sim streams. Sorry, I'm answering questions. I don't know
you're
what
fine.
I'm doing.
Death asked when there's gonna be more
More
sim
sim
streams.
streams. I'm working on it, but I'm so just tired.
Hey, tired is a way of life. I took a 4-hour nap
Yeah.
today. I know that feels so hard.
Plus,
you
I'm
have 2
looking-
kids and a full-time job.
I know.
No, for real.
Well, part time, but yeah, I'm like, I want to try to actually. I was telling Brett this the other day. I want to try and do like cooking streams because I feel like when I do Sims, I'm so in my own little world that I forget people are there.
Did you
You
say
still exist, yeah.
Did you say a hooking stream?
Cooking? No.
Cooking.
Jeez,
There's a
bro.
C
Oh, a
in there.
cooking
Cooking
stream.
Cooking.
I was
No,
like,
like
The other
Lisa.
one might catch her some
No,
charges, okay?
no.
I mean,
We do not
Right,
want
we need
Lisa
Brett
to-
more subs,
in.
so there you go. I'll do that for Brett to get more subs.
Oh, that can...
that's what OnlyFans is for, Lisa.
I know, right? Like,
He's
come
actually,
on. Wrong
he's
website,
actually
wrong
told me
website.
because I get my toes done all the time. I actually, true story. last 4th of July, I got my toes done with Mallory right before we went to like this big shindig. We of course go to the liquor store. Don't know how sane this guy was or anything like that. Got my toes nice and all pretty. I'm wearing my flip-flops, of course. And he's like, I'm loading stuff into the car. And he looks down. And he's like, I don't know how much you spent on your toes, but they look really nice. And I was like, thanks you. And Mallory, I start like getting in the car. And Mallory's like, I'm putting this stuff in there. And I'm just getting in the car. She didn't hear any of it. But she was like, what the hell did he say to you?
I mean, all they had to do was say, hey, your
Changes.
toes look really pretty. But when you add the, I don't know how much you spent on your toes, that
Right.
just makes it more creepy.
Right.
Like, your toes look really great.
Yeah, it just
I
makes
mean, that
sense.
reminds me of a story
Yeah.
that's gonna make Lisa die here in a second. So before I started dating Drafty, I was on, Facebook dating, it was supposed to be like an experiment to see if it was the same as all others.
There's a
just said-
Facebook dating.
I was going to say
There's
Facebook.
a Facebook dating.
Facebook dating, that's all you had to say. I know where the
Please tell
story's
me-
going.
Please tell me it's like speed dating. So like it's like chat roulette where it's just like
No.
no,
No.
next.
No. Boobs or get the fuck
Swipe,
out
swipe,
next.
swipe.
No. Boobs or get the fuck out. No.
And that's what you were saying, right? Show me the boobs or get the.
But basically, I went to sleep one night. I had answered messages, whatever, and I woke up the next morning before work, and I had a message from a guy, and he just went into detail about his foot fetish and wanted pictures of my feet, and I immediately blocked him. And you know what my father said? He was like, "Child, you should have trolled him. One, you could have gotten money from the motherfucker.
That's
and
what I'm
two,
saying.
Uh-huh.
And he said, two, you should have found the Lord of the Rings Hobbit feet pictures and sent them and see if that's his thing."
Like, here's
I
my
mean-
feet.
I mean,
My
you
dad
could've-
said, "Child, I am disappointed in you."
You could have made a few $100s easy.
I
I mean, if he's
know,
that into
right?
feet.
Well,
Been
that's
like-
I just never knew that was such a thing, and I'm like, I just like my toes pretty, but yeah, he totally made it creepy.
Dude,
I don't get the feet thing.
I don't.
No, I don't get it.
No, Mitchie, you don't get any. I'm gonna have
Drafty
to-
said, "Send puppy paw pics." Does
Unless
this
you,
work?
unless
No,
you
I will
pay her
not let
$50
someone
a
sexually-
pic.
Yeah, $50.
I will not sexually
50
objectify
bucks a
my
toe.
animals.
$50 a toe, Mitchie. You can. I'll send you a picture.
Is
Oh damn,
is that a
that's my
thing?
$100.
To sexually, your animals? Like,
I-
are people like, hey, I've got a fetish. I really want your dog in a nudie pic with you.
Oh no, if they did
Oh,
that,
that's-
I would have been like, FBI?
Right?
Is that illegal in my state?
Right?
Please tell me it's illegal in my state, because I got somebody you need to go check out. Okay.
Joker, I took
mean, it
over
wouldn't-
his stream. I took over his
It wouldn't be.
podcast.
It wouldn't really be that unusual. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been having sex and you get the cold nose on the side and you're like, whoa!
Oh! Yeah, no, we can't.
First of all, I
Right.
thought I
Bad.
closed the door and you were on the other side. I don't know how you got back in here. Okay, there was this one
I
time.
was gonna say, we have
So,
cats, so we just throw
Lindsay and
them
I
out.
are
Indeed.
we're doing
Coiling.
our thing.
Yeah.
And we had put the dog in. At the time, we were keeping him in a kennel. We broke every kennel we ever put him in, so I don't know why we thought it was a good idea. So we're doing our thing, and I'm at the foot of the bed. I'm kneeling down. My feet are pointed towards the kennel, and he reaches out with his paw and like grabs onto my foot. Dogs kind of do that little
Yeah.
grab thing. I just about hit the ceiling, y'all. I was like, "What the? What's that?"
You're like instant mood killer.
Yeah, because he just reaches out of the cage, stretches his arm out as far as he can, and like grabs my foot. And I was like, "Ah!"
No, I
I'll
straight
tell
up told Drafty if I were to move down there, obviously my dogs would come with me. They're going in the kennel because they're very nosy and will start putting noses places. And they're cold and they're wet.
Don't
and
do-
it's just
I-
like, no. Or they'll sit there and just stare at you and you're like, can you leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, the staring is pretty awkward.
This one, he
like-
likes to snuggle mommy, and he's totally blocked daddy a few times.
Yes!
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't think I want to know where this is going.
Yeah,
Lisa.
no, he's got to be near me all the time. So there's been several times we're getting hot and heavy, and he comes in, Mommy, I need mommy snuggles, or like, Mommy, I need this. I'm like, go away. Huh?
Not now.
Not now.
Come back in
Not
20
now.
minutes.
Do you
Or are
want
you
Go and
sure
watch
it's
a
not-
cartoon. Come back after.
Russell, are you sure it's not 4 to 5 minutes?
to? Could be. Depends on. Will you go get Daddy?
It depends. It depends on how long it's been. I'll be honest with
I
you.
know, right?
It depends on how long it's been.
It's been 3 weeks.
So
That's where
It's been a few
5
days, and
minutes.
I'm like, here we go. I hope you're good with 2-minute wonder. Here we go.
But
At least you're not
getting
a
back
one-pump
on topic
chump.
because we went in further than left field. So like with gaming, the reason I love it so much is it actually, in streaming as an extension of that, actually brought me out of this protective shell. Because I'm getting serious just for like 2 seconds. I did not have the greatest childhood growing up. Wasn't allowed to make mistakes. Had to be perfect. Blah blah blah. Couldn't even be goofy. Not at all. Because my mother thought it was embarrassing. So it kind of allowed me that safe area because I was in control of my stream. If you came in and fucked with me at all, like in a mean way, malicious way, I could ban you and it's done.
Yeah.
So it kind of helped me bring out that side of my personality. And I found games that I love, which led me to finding friends that I adore, like Lisa, Fudd, you,
And it's such
Mitch,
a great
Jeff, all of them.
community.
It is.
But not Drafty. Drafty doesn't count.
No, Jeff.
No, not Drafty. He's the boyfriend, so I think he's on a
He's on a
He's on a
different
level
scale.
all his own now. But it
Yeah.
started as a friendship because I've known him for like 4 years.
Hi, kitty. Yeah, no, that's what
Does
I
that make it better?
3 years.
Is that too shallow?
Yeah,
It makes you look mysterious.
mysterious. Yeah, it's
Now we've got we've got the old noir film look now.
Yes, that's
Like
what
the
I was
old
going
school-
for.
Like the old school, private detective look right here.
Right.
But yeah, no, the gaming community, I never realized, in all honesty, before Brett started streaming, like he did it a few times and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I never realized how big of a community it was.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, yeah.
And like you've said, I mean, I've met all of you all and it's been great because I like my bubble. And
I'm the same way.
Brett's actually, there's a funny story. The first time I ever met any of y'all, I mean, obviously besides Russ, because I hated him from the beginning, so it's okay. No, I love you, Russie. But no, seriously,
Love.
I am such a
Why
like
is this not picking up my voice?
people watcher that we went to Guardian Con. What? I know. We were all in the shower, Drafty. I know. We all were. Clothes on though. Weirdos. No, we were meeting everybody, and what I do is I watch people first to kind of see how they interact, because people aren't expecting you to watch them. And now I'm giving away my secrets, but Brett was
I'm hypersensitive to that because I'd have been like, "Are you good?"
Yeah,
Are you
no,
good?
and I try not to I have this hard problem of I show what I'm thinking in my head. So there's been several times where it's like there's a nasty smell.
I
or
can
something.
mute my voice. I can't mute my face.
Yeah, and so it's like I'm sitting there. Everybody's like around in a circle. I'm kind of like next to Brett, but like back enough to where I can see everybody. And Brett leans over to me and he's like, "Honey," he's like, "I know you're people watching," but he's like, "Scoot forward and like relax your face." He's like, because I wasn't like death staring anybody, but I was just watching people. So he's like, "You're being a little creepy," and so yeah, I was just
My bad.
I just laughed at it and I was like, "Well, I'm sorry." Like this is my thing, but he also loves.
Yeah, I like to read the room first.
Yeah, because there's been several times I don't give a whole lot of people second chances. It's kind of like, you mess with me once or even,
I give people way too many. I'm
yeah,
the opposite.
yeah. I'm like kind of like, I'll be friendly, I'll be cordial, I'll be civil the first time, but if you piss me off or I just don't like you, because I'm really good at reading people, so I'm like, if I don't like you, then that's just the way it is. But
You're up shit creek.
yeah, so it was just so funny because Brett loves telling I've never been super jealous of a person. I kind of feel like I hide that a little bit better. But, and I've gotten better over the years, Russ, because I know I probably was terrible in high school. But I've gotten so much better.
You were very blunt.
I was.
You were very blunt.
I'm very blunt.
I've always
and
been blunt. That's the
That's
yeah,
true.
I'm that way. I have to be careful at work because I help I'm like the go-between between, I'm like an assistant supervisor in a
Yeah.
way in my role. And funny enough, my boss is my clan leader in Destiny. Funny enough. So yeah, so we work together all day and then we game together. So it's
That's
like whatever.
awesome.
So it's a good thing we're friends. So I have to watch how I talk to people because I don't mean it in a mean way.
Yeah.
But when you are so blunt, people are like, the fuck? And I'm like, no, just how I am. I'm not being mean. I'm just so matter of fact, straight to the point, blunt that people don't always understand how to take it and they can perceive it wrong.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, this is great, which is why going off of, I can't mute my face.
Yeah.
At one point, my job was talking about requiring the cams on our computer to be on because
Yeah.
we work off of laptops. And I told my boss, I will get fired.
Yeah. Like,
He was like,
that's
what do you mean? I said, dude, I can mute. We have a mute button on our headsets. I can mute my voice. You can't mute this face.
yeah.
So if someone says something dumb on our team, my face is going to be like,
What? That's it. I know.
like, I can't help it. It's going to show.
That's the face that Lisa made at me all during high school.
I'm
It
pretty
was
sure
out
she
of
still
love,
makes that face
though.
at you.
She does.
But
She does.
And see,
I'm pretty
well,
sure
that's
his
know.
wife probably
I don't
makes
even
that
have
face
to.
at you.
I don't even have to see her make the face to know she's making the face at me.
I know.
Jeez,
Well,
Russell.
and it's so well, and it's so I feel so bad because my family is so sarcastic. Like our motto is kind of like you ask a stupid question, you're gonna get a stupid answer.
No,
you know?
for real though.
And so we're always like that. So I have a lot of people in high school I felt like, and maybe it was just me and my insecurities, but a lot of people were like, you're kind of a bitch. And I'm like, I don't mean to be.
I got
I
that
wouldn't
too.
go. I wouldn't go that far.
I've
You
gotten
are.
that too.
I'm very
You are one of the
very
nicest
honest.
people. Both of you are very, very nice.
right.
Yeah.
You are very honest, and some people don't.
Yeah,
take that
they
very
don't
well.
like that. Well, and that's the funniest part is that I'm very honest, but I'm also very like no bullshit. Like I remember a lot of people in high school. The funniest part is before I even got with Russ, a lot of people never been in a relationship, had a bunch of crushes on the guys, but a lot of the girls in our group would ask me for like relationship advice. I'm like, I've never even been in one. Like, how do you want it?
And me.
Right. Well, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody asked me, and I was blunt with them. I was like, well, you just need to dump them there and kind of being a jerk. Well, that's just mean. Why would I do that? And I'm like,
Because jerk.
he's not being nice to you. And it was just like, I was just, yeah.
Like, match that energy, chick. Match that energy.
Right. So, going back to the jealousy, and then I got to put Ethan to bed. So, and this whole group, I think it was this first or second day. Brett can confirm it. But, and yes, Drafty, I was jealous of Gunbait. But, Brett never told me any of these people. Like, I knew vaguely of Gunbait and Drafty. Like, vaguely. Okay? And this woman comes running up and, like, jumps on Brett. Like, arms around his neck, legs around his waist. Like, I've never been so jealous in my life. Because I was like, what the fuck?
Squeeze me. Like,
yeah,
Lisa's like, I will kill you.
Yeah, I'm like, that is my husband. Get off him. And Brett even, because I was
it's like, we're about to go trailer park trash, grab you by the hair.
Yes, exactly. I was so, like, just so mad. And he was laughing hysterically because he leans over and he's like, after this whole thing, and I kind of, like, leech onto him because I'm like, no, this ain't happening, you know? And he leans over, he's like, honey, she's like 100% a lesbian. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was totally cool after that. But I was like, you gotta start with that.
But if you don't know that at first, you can be like, fucking excuse me?
Yeah, so it was, well, and he always laughs because I always tell him, I'm like, you can have as many boyfriends as you want, just no girlfriends. He's like, sweet. Weirdo. So.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm the same way. Like, I don't really get jealous, but if a woman were to, like, run up to Drafty, throw her arms around his neck and wrap her legs around his waist, I'd be like, And the funny thing is, I don't cat fight. I had 4 brothers growing up.
same.
Okay, like on my dad's side. So I don't cat fight. You're gonna get a closed-handed fist to the jaw.
Yeah, your brothers taught you how to punch?
I'm gonna wrap my arm around your throat. I'm not gonna grab your hair. I'm gonna wrap my arm around your throat and pull you off, and then it's gonna be on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Russ, I
no.
want to see you get in a cat fight.
Like just scratching, biting, pulling hair.
Right. I think Russ would be a hair puller.
Like just slapping hands.
No, I'm a lover.
Why not both? Yeah. So
but no, like I totally get where you're coming from.
Well,
on that,
it was
100%.
just so funny because, like I said, never knew any of these guys except for like 1 or 2, and this all happens. I'm people watching, so I'm like, all right, I'm kind of cool with you, and then this happens, and I was like, whoa. But no, it is.
So can I run up to Drafty and put my arms around him and jump on him and grind against him?
Go ahead.
There you go. Get some action.
You're gonna become
Russ.
a chihuahua, just hump his leg.
Hey, I'll save a horse and ride a Drafty.
I'm gonna keep that joke to myself.
But yeah, no, I've loved the gaming community. I mean, these guys, you guys have all been even so with me. Like, I don't game that much. I really seriously play like Kingdom Hearts and single person games. You know, love The Sims.
Yeah.
But even all of y'all have been so like sweet. I mean, like Death here, you know, when are you gonna play again? It's like, well, it's been like 2 years, but I'll try to get back to it. And everybody has just been so like embracing of
Yeah, Death
everybody.
is so nice. He tells you to go and pinch your husband's nipples and spit in his face and
It's
slap
only
him.
for
For the
some.
laugh
I mean,
factor for the rest of us. He's
so
thinking
nice.
about the rest of us. Is
I'm
what he's
thinking
doing.
of how-
He is
Such a
making
nice
a
thing for him
sacrifice
to
for the
do.
rest of us.
If it won't get Brett banned or like emotionally
In trouble.
in trouble in any way, shape, or form, or if he seriously is like, hey, stop that. I will do anything for Brett to get more subs.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I mean that is fair. Hey, you're
So
supporting.
let's
your
revisit
husband.
those feet pics.
Right.
Yeah, right.
We all want to see
Right.
the
Make
feet.
money for the
See,
team.
look at
Take
those.
one
Aren't
for
those
the
so
team.
pretty?
They are pretty,
Pale.
but see, I don't get my toes done because my feet are so ticklish that I have literally almost kicked a nail person in the face, and it wasn't me trying to. It wasn't me trying to. It was like a reflex.
Yeah,
It was a reflex.
I
So now
jerk
when
all
I
the
go
time.
get my nails done, they're like, "Do you want a pedicure?" I value your life. No.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
I
I'm the
don't want to
opposite.
get sued or arrested for assault.
For some reason, people can touch my feet all like doing that kind of stuff. They can paint my toes, do all that. They've done my hands a few times just for like weddings and proms and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I can't stand it. Like for some reason, my fingernails have to be like a certain way and I have to do it. It's the weirdest thing. But Russ
So
can
I
also
only
attest.
go to one place, and they do a very good job.
Yeah, Russ
Although
can
this
attest
this
to
bastard
this,
cut
though.
my cuticle a couple times.
Because I am not the girl. I'm not girly girl. I'm not even like anywhere close
And you know what's funny?
to girly
I'm really
girl.
not either.
No, not you, Lisa.
Not me. Never. Jeans,
And
t-shirt,
you know what's funny
shorts.
is I'm not that girly either, but I mean, my roommate and I kind of have this routine where every 2 weeks we go get them done because it's kind of like our self-care thing.
Yeah.
We're not girly, but they kind of make us feel cute. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, I
So it's
love
kind of
when
like
my
the
toes are
self-care
done.
thing. It's our thing, and we go like every other Sunday to go get them done whenever she wakes up before noon.
Well,
My
that's-
roommate is the sleeper of us two, okay?
I go with my
She's currently out of
sister
town.
and Izzy all the time, but yeah, it's like I'm not the biggest girly girl, so and Brett one time commented because he found out how much I pay to get my toes done, and this is like once every 3 to 6 months. Okay, I pay roughly like $150. That's including tip though. For me and
Was
Izzy.
it a $50 tip?
I don't know, about 20.
You basically live off tips. So
Right. Yeah. So, but one time he was like, you spent how much? And I flat out looked at him like, I could go out shopping. I could go do this and that. He's like, he thought about it.
shopping,
He's like,
yeah, let's see
I
that
was
credit
like,
card
I
bill
could
go
go
up real
shop.
fast.
And he's like, no, you're fine. You go do the toes. I'm like, yeah, I do
Oh my
this
God.
once every like 6 months.
That reminds me, that reaction right there. When I was applying for colleges, I applied to only one school, and it was UT Knoxville for their forensic anthropology program because the body farm and everything, which, fun fact, I worked in it. I worked in the body farm. So
Like,
I work at the
I-
body farm too.
you're disgusting. Yeah, all of one body, but it's fine. It's your wife. So
he's still
I mean, it
farming.
counts though. It counts.
It counts.
Hey, I
But,
gotta plant those seeds where I can. All right.
Exactly.
I know, right?
See?
But my grandfather graduated from Vanderbilt, and so he was hella offended that
Oh,
I
sure.
applied to UT. Now, keep in mind, Vanderbilt is a private Ivy League school.
Right.
It was $75,000 to $80,000 a year in
Oh.
state.
God.
And I looked at him and said, "You want me to go to Vanderbilt?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "Fork up the cash." You know what he said? "UT is a great school. You go to UT and you bust your ass there." I was like, "Yeah, that's what I freaking thought. That's
Yeah.
what I thought."
That's what I thought.
Because I ain't got the money to go to Vanderbilt.
Yeah. You got it for me? Sweet. Let's go.
How about I go to UT? You give me what would have paid Vanderbilt.
There you go.
Yeah, I know, right? Pay me the difference. Pay me the difference in straight cash.
Right.
All right. Tell Daddy to come in. He's got to come take this, or else I'm not gonna get off.
By the way, I'm obsessed with Sunboat's picture on the
I
headphones.
couldn't remember
On the other
which
side,
it
yeah.
was, yeah. Well, and you
I'm
like
obsessed with it.
Izzy's little goth picture of some boat?
I love that. I love that. When Fudd showed that on stream, I was like, yes. Yes.
Yeah, I did no schooling.
I mean, I agree, Brett. She is pretty fine. I mean,
Creeper.
But,
No,
like-
it's okay.
I did a 5-year degree in 4 years. So I was a little burnt out by the time I graduated.
Yeah,
Well, my scholarships and stuff only lasted for like 4 years. And I was not gonna pay for that 5th year. So I was like, okay, mistakes. And I paid dearly for that decision,
yeah.
stress
No,
wise.
I never went to school. School and me never got along. So I tried. I wanted to try so hard to go. I think I changed like 3 different careers that I wanted to do. I wanted to be a photographer. That one I was going to actually go to school in London for. Because I want to go to London so bad. What?
Fucking rude, Russell. You're so.
Because you're in the shadows. Anyway.
yes, I am. But that's why people love me.
I know, right?
Well, that's why. Okay, nobody loves me for that. But
I love you for it. I love when you.
Aw.
I love our little banters. It's so much fun.
My God.
Anyway,
So-
but yeah, so I wanted to be a photographer. I was gonna go to London for that. I even like junior year, I think, or maybe
Yeah.
even sophomore year, like wrote to a school, a college in London, and they were like, "Oh well, you know, when you're closer, let us know." And I was like, "No, I don't got the money for that." And then I wanted to
Wait
be
for that. No.
a teacher. I went to we graduated in 2008. I went to community college for 6 months, and then I quit because I was just like, I can't do it. I mean, Johnny Mac's was my parents' restaurant was taken off. I was having a lot of fun mental stuff going on, and it was just like, I'm burnt out.
I know all about that.
Yeah.
unless you were married to Brett, and, I mean, it's not
No,
like
not
he
yet.
That's a whole
not
mental-
Yet, not yet. That was.
That's a whole mental
I know.
issue all
I
on
was-
its own.
I was preparing. I felt so bad for him.
Is there just like a Brett syndrome? Like,
Oh,
can we get
that's
its
right.
own? Can we
No,
give
we
it its
got married
own
in 11.
diagnosis?
Well, I felt so bad because obviously, in our religion, it's like if you're not married by 21, you're like an old wife. You know, it's like it's so weird. So I kid you not, and he kind of told me as soon as we graduate, I was kind of like, "Sweet, we're gonna get married. We're gonna start a life. Let's do this." And he's like, "No, we're not." He's like, "We're not getting married at 18." I was like, "All right, fine." I bugged him until he finally.
because you guys got
proposed.
married in 2011, didn't you?
Yeah, he proposed in August of 10, and then we got married in 11.
Get closer to the microphone.
Oh, get closer to the microphone. Is that what Daddy's saying? I don't like being closer to the microphone. There, is that better?
Like it. The Chris Evans. I don't like it. I don't like
I
it.
don't like it. But yeah, so it was just like
The 5-year-old tantrum.
I feel so bad for him because, yeah, I constantly bugged him at least probably like every I don't do surprises very well.
Neither do
I have to
as
know
drafty.
what's going on, so I all the time was like, when are you going to propose? When are you going to propose? Are you going to propose this month? Are you going to He's like, no!
For 3 years.
I got
Well, I mean, for
better
me-
after the first year. The first year was constant. Then after that, it was like every 6 months, you know?
Well, I mean, for me, I don't like surprises because when I was growing up, surprises usually meant really bad things.
Yeah.
Sure.
So now I have to know because of anxiety issues. And so he's like, no, you have to wait because this man, I'll say like on Twitter or something, I can't wait, save up for this. And he's like, hey, check your mail in a couple days. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, what'd you get?
What you
He's
do?
like, you have to wait and see. I'm like, no, you're going to tell me right now.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about the Dark Tower series like we were earlier on my stream one day, and I forget he's in fucking Discord with me because we're playing the same game, and I'm like, yeah, I need to save up to get the box set, and all of a sudden I hear I said no because I forgot he was there.
I have to ask
I was like, no.
for us, I have to ask a question, and because it may just be me. Does Lindsay try, and Brett will attest to this, try to see if you are paying attention to her? Like, I will talk to Brett all the time, and he's not looking at me. He's not, he's like staring off into the distance.
Off
like,
the wall shit.
Yeah.
You will say the most off the wall
yeah, and
shit.
I'm like, you're not even listening to me. And he will repeat it word for word. Does Lindsay do that to you, or am I just crazy? I mean,
Okay,
I
so
know
we've
I'm
been
crazy.
having this conversation between me and her lately, actually. The answer is no, because I already don't listen to the stuff that she needs me to hear. And it's not so much, it's not intentional. Like the other day, I had asked her, she had been talking about her computer because I was trying to help her out with an issue she was having with her computer. And so I had asked her, I said, hey, did you get your computer fixed? She said, no. Well, then I immediately said, okay, no, that's the end of this conversation. Apparently in my head, because I stopped listening. And then she proceeded to tell me about some physical therapy stuff that she had, she was telling me about, she had gone to a dietitian and she really enjoyed it. And like, she must have had this full on conversation. She even said later, she goes, I knew that you weren't paying attention, but I just kept talking because I wanted to talk. And I was like, I literally do not remember
any of this.
Any of this.
Oh,
and the funny thing is we were cuddled up on the couch watching a show, so her mouth was literally an inch away from my ear.
That's awesome.
That's a whole new level of selective hearing.
That's
a
awesome.
whole fucking new level. I think you just leveled up. Like, achievement unlocked from Steam in the bottom right corner of your screen right now.
And then the other day, there was a similar thing where it was like, I think she was telling me about something that was on her calendar. Because we're very, like, we share our calendar between our iPhones. So, like, when I have something come up, I put it on the schedule. We're very scheduled people. And I think she was telling me, it took a lot of practice, actually. It was not something that came easily.
Oh, yeah, no. Brett, I just tell him, be like, hey, we're doing this. He's like, cool, I'll be there.
See, I can't remember it. So I have to have... Because I'll look at my calendar at the beginning of the day and be like, okay, what do I have going on today?
Well, I have that on my phone, yeah.
Right. And so the other day, it was the same thing where she was like, because her parents are coming into town this weekend. We're going to dinner with them. And I was like, hey, when are we going to dinner with them? She goes, I told you yesterday. I don't know. And I'm like, you did? Like, that was a conversation we had? She's like, yes. And so it's
annoying. Yeah.
It's something that's been happening frequently lately where we're having that conversation. And yeah, it's been quite funny. So no, I'm not as good as Brett. It's not because my intention is to listen to her. I love to listen to Lindsay. I love to have conversations with her. But it's a switch in my brain, and I turn it off, and I am not. And it's not so much that I don't hear it; I have no comprehension of anything that she just said.
Oh my gosh,
it's just sounds.
That just reminds me of Jeff and Sally Carney. She years ago went to get Jeff's hearing, I think, looked at, yeah, Jeff's hearing, because she was like, he's not listening. I'm constantly talking to him. He's not listening. She just was like, something's wrong. And they actually found out that her pitch of voice is one of the pitches that he can't hear.
No way.
God.
Yeah, I kid you not. So she's like, I have to talk lower, high.
Can you
this was
fucking
years
imagine?
ago.
Just imagine.
Yeah. I mean,
Because can you imagine the arguments that
Oh, yeah.
caused? And then he's like, see, it's not just me.
It's not me. It's
Right?
not me. It's not my fault.
It's not my fault. Yeah, and it's so funny. Well, and I feel so bad for Brett because I will tell him a story once, and then I'll forget that I told him that story. So, I mean, he's probably heard 15 different stories 20 million times from me. And it's
Absolutely.
the funniest thing because I'm catching myself now because I'll be like, I start telling him the story and he'll kind of like glaze over and I'm like, I've already told you this story, haven't I? He's like, uh-huh. I was like, how long ago was the last time I did? 2 weeks ago. Oh, okay.
Okay,
Well,
my bad.
So when we first got married, Lindsay and I had to have a conversation because she would tell these stories, but she would give me every little detail, and I mean like,
Yep.
and then get
Yep.
a tangent, and
Yes.
it was like reading Tolkien, and I'm like, I am trying so hard to pay attention to your stories, but you cannot take that long to get to the point. You have to just get to the point. Tell me what it is. Tell me what this
Tell me
story
what
is
the
about,
point is.
and I'm there with you.
I'm
But you cannot take this long. It cannot take you 20 minutes.
I'm gonna play
to tell
devil's
me a
advocate
story.
here. You want to know why I do that, Russell? It's a diagnosis. ADHD.
Yeah. No, I do that. I do
It's
that
an
to
actual
Brett
diagnosis.
all the
It's a
time.
possibility.
My problem though is, and Russ kind of
Vindication.
knows this. My problem is, and he laughs hysterically. Like Brett, when we first started dating, he could not follow my stories because I'd start here in like this
And then go
story,
here,
and then I'd
and then
go
go here,
here,
and go
and then I'd
here.
come back, and then I'd go here. Like I was constantly like jumping. So when we first were starting to date, he was like, "What? No." So now it's better, obviously, but it was so funny because sometimes he'll even look and he's like, "Honey, I didn't take that leap with you." And I was like, "Oh," so then I go back and I'm like this. But he is so funny because, yeah, I do the same thing to him all the time though, Russ. I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Well, and it's not intentional because I'll stop paying attention and then I'm like, wait, where were we? What's going on?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You have totally gone in another
At
direction.
least you admit it.
This story, she's like, she'll start the story with, oh, you know, and this patient called and then the story ends up and so I slit his throat and I'm like, whoa, what did I miss in between here? Because do we need to flee the country?
took a
What's
turn.
happening?
No, I will do
You
that
know?
to Brett all the time. I'll be like, oh, okay. I will just, I'll do that to him all the time where it's like, my favorite though is what I do for him. He's right here, so he can attest to it. Is that I'll have half of the conversation in my head with him. Like, it's not like, not like I'm having the conversation with myself, because I've done that too. But I will have the conversation with him in my head, and then I'll say the other half of it out loud. And he's like, I was not there for that conversation. I'm like, yeah, you were.
See, my thing is I'm like, I told you this, didn't I? Like, we talked about this, and she's like,
No.
Okay.
but then she'll turn around and she'll be like, yeah, we talked about this, and this was the resolution. And I'm like, I have to think back, and I'll go, that is not what I said. She's like, oh, yeah, you know, we're putting the dog down. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. She's like, well, you said that he was getting old. And I'm like, yeah, I said he was getting old. I didn't say, hey, let's kill our dog. This is not a literal conversation.
Yeah.
This is just an example,
Like
a
an
hypothetical,
exaggeration.
Yeah.
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 But it was like, and sometimes she'll do that. She'll be like, oh, yeah, you said this. And I'm like, I didn't say that.
When did I say that?
And I'm like, I have to go back in my head, and I'm like, no, this is what I said. And she goes, yeah, you meant this. And I'm like, no, I meant what I said. What I said was this.
Yeah, no, I laugh because Brett will do that to me. He'll be like, I'll be going on this story, and like I said, I jump. And sometimes I could just tell he's had a rough day because he's like, honey, he's like, what's the point? I don't need to know that you had salad with croutons on it and the
Oh,
dressing
jeez.
was great. He's like, just
No.
what was the point of the story?
Chop chop.
Yeah,
Place.
Chop,
Literally,
chop.
since we're talking about food.
I know.
Let's get to the point of the story. I would do that to Lindsay too. I'd be like, hey, what? Give me the bullet points. Let's get the Cliff
Right.
Notes version of this
The
story.
Cliff Notes. Okay,
And I'm so,
go
I'm
ahead.
so glad Drafty doesn't do that. He just lets me ramble.
Oh yeah,
He just
no.
lets me ramble.
Well, that's
But the thing is, he listens to every single syllable I say. And I mean, it's very refreshing because my ex-husband was really bad. But except when he did that to me, Russ, he wasn't like you. He was actually mean when he said it.
ugh, I hate that.
So it's one of those where it's very
Yeah.
nice to have someone who like gets it. Like my ADHD, I'm gonna go on tangents. He knows
Right.
it. And he just listens to every word I say. And it's like for some reason, somehow, this man can follow it, or he's a good faker. Are you faking it? Are you faking it, Drafty? Like as I'm looking
probably-
over at Chet, are you faking it?
He's faking.
Um,
Total faking.
but
He's really
he
sleeping,
seems-
and he's just he's got
He's learned the art
a
of sleeping with his eyes open.
he's got a voice to text, and so it translates everything. So if you ask a question, he just consults the voice to text.
I know. Brett's so funny. He'll tell me.
You said you had bagel bites on your toes. Wait, that can't be right.
wait, hang on. Rethink that.
Oh my god.
No, we had Brett one time. He actually, the other day, told me this. He comes into bed later than I do, right? I don't remember being a sleep talker. Like, Cece used to be, she used to be a terrible sleep talker.
Holy shit.
So, like, I remember one time Melanie told me that her and another friend, who both are sleep talkers, were, like, talking all night. And she's like, you guys were up until, like, 5 o'clock in the morning talking. Where were you? And they're like, we fell asleep at midnight. So they had, like, this full-fledged conversation the entire night they were sleeping. So I didn't think that I did that, but Brett, apparently, I do. Because he'll come in, and he'll have a conversation with me. He's like, you respond, you like, you're listening. He's like, it's not like it just, oh, okay, and roll over. He's like, you are talking to me. And I'm like, he's like, I told you this last night. I'm like, when? You were gaming all night. He's like, when I came to bed. I was like, yeah, no. I
Yeah,
wasn't
Lindsay
talking.
just I'll come in because I usually come into bed after she goes to bed because she goes to bed at like 10:30, and I'll come in and I'll be like, "Good night, sweetheart, I love you," and she goes,
Yeah, that's what I thought I did, but no, apparently I did full-fledged, like, good night, honey, I love you too. And he's like, oh, you're still up, let's have a conversation. Like, no. But I was told.
She just grunts at me and then tells me to
See-
shut up if I try to talk to her too much.
This gets to a really funny point because when I went down to visit Drafty back in February, I passed the fuck out Friday night. Like, I don't even remember this, but he was like, yeah, you were like literally having a conversation with me and you told me, yeah, go turn out the lights in the house, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I did.
I did.
I did.
What did
I did. And I'm racking my brain going, don't remember this. So apparently I was so tired that I was still asleep having this full conversation with this man. And I wake up the next morning like it never fucking happened because to me it didn't. And he was like, yeah, you said that. I was like,
You promised this. What? No, I didn't. No.
Yeah, I
Nope.
feel like Drafty, this is a good thing to keep in your back pocket because you might be able to get her to agree to things, and even if she didn't necessarily say it, just be like, "Oh yeah, we had a conversation last night. You were asleep."
Brett's gonna do it one day. I can see it. But
You definitely said I could do it in the back door. You know.
Yeah. Whatever.
God.
All right. Brett came in and told me I have to actually be like I'm a professional. So let's get the professional. Yeah, now gotta get the girls up. We're gonna do a question here.
Let me.
yeah, there you go. Get him comfy there,
All right,
Russ.
we're asking questions.
We're
Ask
asking-
away, Lisa. Ask away.
Resituate.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm done with you. Oh my god.
Anyway, from Drafty. Speaking of, I'm so gonna butcher this.
Is this one of our email questions or?
No, it's from Discord. Rim
Okay.
King or Rimmick King?
King.
Rimmick
It's
King?
my fucking chair.
Rimmick Kinging. Oh.
It's my chair.
Oh, okay.
So
Chairs.
story behind that is my dad got me this chair for Christmas because I needed a new gaming chair. So my dad got me this for Christmas. I posted a picture in Discord of the chair. Fudd literally thought it said Rim King.
Oh, okay. I remember that.
And they were having a whole, and even Cheesy was like, yeah, I saw that too. And so
There is
so
a brand called Rim King, and it has like a little puckered, just a little divot right there in the seat,
hate
so
you
that when
so-
you sit
I
down,
hate it here.
you're in the center.
Woo!
And like, when your butt goes to sleep, sometimes if you've been sitting
Yeah.
in the chair too long, you just kind of gotta sit up and wiggle
Like,
on it a
wiggle
little
it
bit.
around.
Woo!
I was say I don't
Then
even
you
know.
got it.
This is a
And I fail really bad tonight
Respawn.
because Drafty bought me electrical tape to cut a little piece to put over this first eye over here.
oh
Like the second eye right here. Just to fuck with Fudd, and I fail because it's sitting right here.
that's okay. I was gonna
But
say this one's a respawn.
We'll just imagine that it's there.
I know, right? So yeah, it's Remy King. Jesus Christ, no.
It's actually a Rim King.
I don't know.
I sewed it on myself just so I wouldn't be embarrassed.
There
Yeah,
you
she's got a little stack of quarters just right there.
All right, let's see what else we got. I don't.
Sewed it under the fabric and everything.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Love that. I did not.
Of course, she
know.
has to put a plastic sheet down every time she sits down. But
I hate you so much.
See, and this is
I
my
hate
kind
it
of.
here.
This
you gotta
is
get
my
in the
kind of
cradle
thing.
position just so you can get it right. You gotta.
See, this is my kind of place. That's why I always
I
feel
know,
so
right?
bad for my boss. He says so.
Oh God.
He doesn't say crude things, but you know how my family talks for us. So it's like nothing's off limits.
You guys are
Nothing.
rude.
Nothing. So he even one day was like, "So if I say anything that's offensive to you, just let me know and I'll stop." I'm like, "Dude, I grew up with 4 brothers. I really doubt that there's anything that you can say to me that's going to be offensive."
So here is what you should have said. You should have said, no. If I say anything
Right?
offensive,
No, I
then
did.
you need to let me know
That's
because
what
I'm less worried about you and more worried about me.
That's what
For
I
real
told
though.
him. Oh my gosh, no. I've said a few things to him that I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's terrible." It's one of the things, okay, I say this to everybody. Want that out on the internet. I say this to everybody. My boss is a black man. I say it to everything. He was just asking me to do like a bunch of stuff in a row, and I can do it all, but I was just being a brat, like I always am, Russ. And I'm like, ugh, you're such a slave driver. And I was like,
Oh my God. To a black. Oh my God.
Did he pull a whip out of his pocket and go, get back to work?
no, but he's like, yeah, I
And you
am.
should have said, yes, a boss.
Yeah, so I
Yes,
do
a
it all.
master.
I know, I call him. I do it all the time. Like today, I was like, he's like, hey, I need you to do this. And I was like, I'm coming, master. Right, I'll do it. I'm like, I've said so many things. I'm like, I'm sorry if I'm offensive. He's
You've
like,
gotten
he
fired
started
for this.
laughing.
I'm so
That's what
sorry.
I know. I was so afraid when I said it. I was like, oh shit, here it is. I'm gonna totally get like written up. And he started laughing. And I was like,
He just pulls his belt out.
I asked that
Okay,
one.
so Drafty specifically wanted us to ask this last question. It was, do female gamers teabag, or is it a clam slam?
Yeah, teabag. I still say
Oh,
teabag.
Yeah.
I still say that because clam slam is just awkward.
Well, it is awkward.
I vote clam slam.
See,
I
I
want
You're
a
a
clam
man.
slam.
You're a man and you're outnumbered, so shut up.
Well, to me, the reason I say that is because sometimes I have bigger
a valid
balls
opinion, too.
than other people. And
This
I
is
don't
true.
have balls, so I'm like, yeah, I
This
say
is
teabag.
this is true. Well, I could clam slam somebody. I would just do it with my butt cheeks.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I want to see that.
And get a little slap in there. You got to clap them together. Boom! Do a good
Oh
clam
my
slam.
God, Russell, that reminds me of a story.
Well,
Oh,
perfect.
when I
Gotta
was
twerk
Brad
it a
just
little
told
bit.
me story time after. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Story time because my ex-husband, when he would shower and he would wash his ass cheeks would literally clap and I would hear it across the house.
I mean, how vigorous was his scrubbing?
Right? That's
I mean,
my
like
thought.
I get in there. Like I get, you know.
Right now.
You can,
No,
yeah,
he
you
would
gotta
literally-
wash
I was
it.
trying to go. Like I literally went in the bathroom and went, "Are you good? Are you hitting something?" He was like, "No, I'm washing my ass." And I just walked out. I just walked out.
Yeah,
See,
I mean, that's gotta
like
be
usually
pretty
you're soaping
hard.
one at a time. They're not like vigorously like. It's not
But his
Hercules.
work!
Hercules!
Happy, happy, joy.
Oh god.
I'm done. But no, literally, that's what he would do. And I'm just sitting here, and when he said, no, I'm just washing my ass, I literally had to just silently just walk out of the bathroom like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
not gonna touch
Question.
that.
Question 2. After each clap, did he go, ooh? Because
No.
I think he might have been lying to you.
Because no.
Uh, uh.
Y'all, I'm gonna have eyeliner down my face. I'm crying. But no, no. I have a feeling he just nope.
That just reminds me
No.
of the scene of what movie was it? Oh, Mr. Deeds after the tennis scene and the reporter's in the shower and he's like soaping up his ass.
Excuse me.
And he's like, all right, yes, thank you for all that
Yeah.
information, but will you please stop scrubbing
soaping
up your ass? What?
I mean, I get it because you do. Yeah, I mean, it's a dirty area. You got to make sure.
You gotta clean.
Got to get in all those nooks and crannies. Get a little digit in there. Make sure the rim, nice.
Well, I
and
mean,
clean.
considering he had a flat ass, I don't think there was much there to clean. But
Maybe that's why you had to soap it so much.
maybe, like, damn. So, but no,
You just
he
see him
asked this
sliding across the
question.
bath floor.
He asks this question because we were doing like scrim games and like private matches of Crucible with some people from another Discord. And the rules were the people that run that Discord are the only 2 people that you could teabag in Crucible because you don't know if someone you don't know is going to take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
So the owners were like, yeah, just teabag us. We're fine with it. We laugh. But I DM'd on Discord one of the owners and I said, hey, Drafty is my boyfriend. Can I please ask for an exception to the rule? That way, if I kill him, I can teabag my boyfriend. And I got all caps. Like, he loved it. He lost his shit. He was like, this is the best request I've ever gotten. And then Drafty messaged him asking him his opinion on that question. And he sent Drafty a gift that said put a ring on it. Simply because I asked to teabag my boyfriend in private matches. Because he wasn't used to that. He was like, but no, really, she's a keeper. I was like, okay, apparently me teabagging my boyfriend in a video game makes me a keeper. That's cool.
I know.
Teabagging your boyfriend in person also makes you a keeper.
Just saying.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm going to do this one last question because I don't know what story time is. And I've got a lot of
It's where we
stories.
tell stories about gaming
Well,
or whatever we
and
feel
I
like.
could go on for hours on that. Oh, but you know what? I do have a story. I'm so building my dream house in Sims 4. But I totally got it all the way I wanted it, and it looks gorgeous.
And then Godzilla came through.
No! And then I realized that my whole house is off-centered! So, like, you've got the first floor, like, it's all perfect and pretty, and then the door's right here in the middle, so that's great. But then I tried to do a balcony over it, and it's, like, over it and to the right. And I'm like, come on!
Oh, no!
Yes!
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh my god, OCD. I'm triggered. Oh god, no.
I hate, because when I try to do that, I typically am building stuff in Valheim, and then it's just slightly off center. Like there's one house in there
You
that
gotta tear down the
kept.
whole thing and redo it. Like,
I've kept it. It's Crooked House because it's just slightly off center.
I know. Well, and I'm so, like, mad because I'm like, it looks so good. But it's pissing me off.
Except for
So
that
I'm like,
balcony.
I know, that balcony's pissing me off. And I'm like, I'm just going to have to redo this all. It's going to just drive me crazy. Because I do. But, yeah, so that's my gaming story. I haven't been able to play a whole lot. I was so mad. I was going to totally game the entire drive home from Utah. And I couldn't play Sims 4. And that's what I wanted to play. So.
Why not?
Because it's attached to Origin, and I thought because on Sims 3 I have the desktop icon, so I can click that and go into 3, but I can't get the desktop icon for Sims 4 for some reason. I mean, Brett didn't go extensively into looking for it, but he's did everything he could, and he's like, yeah, I don't know why you can't. I'm like, That's not fun.
You should just be able to copy it, even if you can't create the
That's what I'm
icon.
thinking, but next time I go
Anyway.
to Utah, it's not gonna be.
Sorry, I could troubleshoot that for you, but
What
I don't
is
want
this? One last question.
Oh, the one last question. Sorry, he made me go back. Now I have to find it. Oh,
I
it
did
was
read
about...
the last question.
No,
that was the last question, Drafty.
The bacon one. The bacon one. I want to know that one because I love bacon, and I'm
Baked or
chunky.
grilled bacon. I will say,
it
going
was
down to
pan
Drafty's
grilled
house
or baked.
or baked on like an oven rack. So it took me going down to Drafty's to have. He grills his bacon.
Okay.
Because on his grill, he has that top rack.
Okay.
So it's not actually on the flames because obviously the grease will drip because it's very fatty and it'll burn it. Because the grease will drip and it'll flame up. So he does it on the top part and it gets it really nice and crisp. And I was like, this is like the best bacon I've ever fucking had. And
I like
so,
soft and floppy bacon.
Ooh, gross. I don't like bacon per se, but if I have to choose between
and somehow
all three
he's
of those,
married,
I'll
lady.
do
Get out!
baked.
Um,
I'll do
Get
baked.
out!
I'll do baked.
Don't like bacon? Get out!
I said I liked bacon. I just said it wasn't my favorite.
Get out!
bacon is life.
But I will eat a
bacon
BLT.
wrapped
any day.
anything, pretty much.
I do it in a pan.
Yeah.
But I usually get the thick cut bacon.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Mom still has
Yeah, I
her...
like the thick cut bacon because the thin, it's just so, it burns so easily and
I
it's
don't
like,
like
it
it
doesn't cook as
crispy.
evenly.
I
like it crispy, but I like the thicker cut crispy.
I like it chewy. I like it,
No, I like it.
jerky.
Yeah, I like it like in between. I don't like it like rubbery where I can still slap somebody with it, but I like it to where...
Unless you're slapping Fudd with it.
I like to slap people with my bacon.
But I do like it where it's crispy-er. I'm gonna kill her now. But no, I laugh because Mom still has her big old jar of bacon grease. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
she
keep
still has-
bacon grease in a mason jar too.
I keep
Yep.
bacon grease because it's really good for cooking. Like I'll do like if I pan fry my green beans, like cook them up in a pan, put a little bit of bacon grease in there, or dice up a little bit of bacon and cook it with the green beans.
Cooked
Yeah.
vegetables are just
We're gonna make Russ throw up. All right. I am now told to do the closing, so here we go.
Wait, I didn't get to do my story.
Wait!
Everybody else got to tell a
That's
story.
right. I'm sorry, Russ.
Jeez,
Story
Lisa.
time.
Be a
I told
professional,
you
why don't ya?
I am a newbie, okay? Give me some slack. I just came in here for fun to take it over for 5 minutes.
My story's actually pretty quick. I'm playing Elden Ring the other day. I've
Yeah.
got 20,000 souls. I get to a place. I'm trying to run past this guy because he's a really strong sorcerer and is like kicking my ass. And I'm like, just run. So I run. I'm trying to get somewhere, but it turns out you have to have a special item to get to this place.
Oh, yeah?
And I didn't have that special item, so I'm like, oh crap. But then I got killed because I got pushed off of a rafter because you're up in like these rafters and there are these
no.
rats and fall off of the rafter. I die. I'm like, so I'm trying to make it back and I'm doing great. I run past everything to get to my runes and I go to turn this corner and I'm sprinting and sprint right off because the elevator is what Elden Ring does and what FromSoft always does is with these elevators, if you take it up, it leaves this bottomless hole that if you fall down, you die. And so I come sprinting around the corner, and it was just like Bugs Bunny. I swear I hung there for a second. I'm sprinting around the corner, and
then just
Just drop.
and then I lost 20,000 runes, and I
you hear
cried.
Goofy.
Right?
It was very sad.
You hear Goofy all the way down.
I know.
I did.
One of Brett's gaming stories, I will tell this for Brett because it makes fun of him. I'm such, like I said, into Kingdom Hearts. He told me for the longest time it took him like a couple of months, maybe even a year, to get off the first island in the first Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, I have that beat, but it wasn't the first island. It took me years to get past that stupid chameleon on the Tarzan world.
Oh, that one's hard.
F that guy.
That guy's hard. No,
I'm just
that's
gonna pretend
yeah.
I remember this because I played it, but I was a teenager, so I don't remember this.
Yeah,
So you're
I
fighting
love playing.
Clayton and this
Yep.
massive chameleon, and the chameleon is invisible.
Yeah, he's hard.
That sounds like a bitch and a half.
Yeah, it's hard. But yeah, and I felt so bad because I've played it several times, and he's, I think seriously, he's only played it like once or twice, And it took him, I think we were in our first apartment when he finally beat and got off the island. He's like, I don't care to play the rest of the game just so that I can get off the island. Because he couldn't
Oh my god.
He couldn't find the last coconut that was like behind the rock that was in the cave. I was like, oh, well, you go over here. He's like, how the hell am I supposed to see that? I'm like, well, you could have asked for help.
You look. You look.
Well, you're not supposed to see it. That's why you're supposed to find it.
So, but yeah, so that's Fudd's story. All right, let's see. I'm supposed to say, thank you, Gigi. Ask for your socials, and then Russ. And then Russ.
Take us out.
Then Russ. Yeah, then. And then I'll do the. Oh. He's like, and then you.
So, yeah, my socials. Twitter at GGLeafOnTheWind. TikTok at GGLeafOnTheWind. Steam, same. Like, that is my name everywhere.
All right. So thank you for joining us for episode 113. Wow, we're already there. For Just Some Gamers. When we do the show, we are live at 11:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday at twitch.tv/ElmerFuddGames. You can find all of our info at JustSomeGuardians.com. As for Elmer, you can find him at Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok at ElmerFuddGames, MMD. Now, Russell, take us out.
Join us next week on Just Some Guardians for mutual chaos and utter incompetency. Just some gamers. Just some gamers.
Damn it, Russ! Now you have to start over.
Let me do it over again.
You had one job. You had one job.
Marker. All right, pick up.
Action.
Join us next week on Just Some Gamers for mutual chaos and utter incompetency.
Funny if
Yay!
you still said Guardians.
I know, that would have been
I
funny.
almost did. Like, that is not even a joke. I was
wait.
this close. I had to think about it. I was like, gamers, 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 gamers.
Gamers. All right. Now I